How's it, guys? So tonight I've done kind of an outline of the benefits of self-hypnosis and then also some takeaways. So I'm not in my studio. I've had a busy day. Anyway, my name is Kevin Du Toit. Today we hit a high of 105 here in Southern California, and it was brutal. So get nice and comfortable. We're not doing any deep meditation tonight. No wonderful trances, no hypnosis. I'm really going to just have a nice conversation with you about why it's so beneficial to do self-hypnosis. Because most of your life, you've been programmed. When you finish school at 18, okay, you can barely get a job. You will go to college for 2 years. After you've got to go to university. Okay, you've been programmed that way, by the way. And I'll actually share a very special video in the description box below. Your parents told you a certain thing, your schools taught you a certain thing, the TV programs you watched, the news that broadcasted the news, north, east, west, and south to you, it was all programming. It's all programming. Okay. Your environment was programming. The things you were taught was programming. Okay. And you don't have to believe me, but it was all by design. All of it is by design. Nothing is just natural. Nothing is just organic. Okay. Unless you make it organic, but you're pretty much you're about 18. And even when you go to college, that the colleges give you their programming. University gives you their programming. You don't invent it. You don't decide it yourself. So what I'd realized a couple of years ago when I was sleeping in a meth trailer for 6 months, then homeless in my car for over a year, having panic attacks, anxiety, negative thoughts in my mind, I knew something was very wrong. I knew that what I'd done in the past didn't work because where I was not supposed to be there. I'm highly intelligent. I got a super high IQ. I've had many successful positions, jobs as CEO several times, at least 4 times that I'm counting right now. How can I be so broken? How can I be sleeping on the street in my car? How can I have nobody in my life to be there for me and support me? So I started to watch hours, thousands and thousands of hours of YouTube videos on motivation, inspiration, which took me on a going from Tony Robbins. Then I started to find these different influences like Neville Goddard, Dr. Joe Dispenza. There are a few right now that are kind of skipping my mind, but I realized that it was my programming, my primitive mind, my wild child. My responses were habitual, but they were from decades ago, and they had become just part of my automatic nature now because that's really who I was. So I'm about 9 years old, you cap at your habits, how you're going to respond to such situations where people say things to you, talk to you, how you're going to respond. And a lot of the time it's negative because everything's negative. School program is negative. The news is negative. Especially today, TV programs are just garbage. They're just garbage today. I don't even know what, I didn't watch TV anymore. So I really don't have an opinion because I really don't care anymore. I'm saying this because I realized I needed help. And then when I wanted help, I couldn't afford the help. So I wanted to go see a therapist or psychologist. I couldn't afford them because I was homeless. I had no money. I went hungry. I couldn't put gas in my car. I was very scared. I felt very abandoned. I felt very rejected. It was painful. So I thought, well, how can I then reprogram myself by myself? So instead of having to go to somebody to program me with what I'm not really sure what they'll program me with, how can I reprogram myself? And I realized that was through self hypnosis. I'm like, well, who does self-hypnosis? So of course I dug deeper. Albert Einstein does self-hypnosis. Nikola Tesla did self-hypnosis. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, um, Mike Tyson got hypnotized, Tiger Woods. I mean, I started to realize that all these amazing human beings did a lot of internal soul searching, internal meditation, go into a trance for creativity, self-discovery, peak performance. I'm like, if they can do it, I can do that. So that's what led me to really pursue self-hypnosis. And this is just I'm just randomly talking to you because I'm really tired. I was in a car crash. I got T-boned. So I'm really tired. I'm a little bit of I'm not stressed. I'm just overwhelmed. I don't want to go to sleep. So forgive me as I'm just trying to tell you my story because I want to be committed and deliver on what I said I would do. And that would be every Thursday night, talk to about self-hypnosis. So I started to record in my phone, um, you know, that I want to go ahead now and I want to be more confident. I want to earn six figures. I was very specific there. I want to earn this amount of money in this amount of time. And then I started to play to myself 3 times a day. Morning, when I wake up in the morning at 4:30, at lunchtime, and in the evening before I went to bed to reinforce that programming. And it really helped. It really took me from the bottom of the pit on a snowy day with a lion to really being extraordinary in my mindset. So now I have more confidence and more hope of attaining and being available to achieve my goals. That's very important words, being available and attainable to what the master of the universe has to offer you, what you're entitled to, what's yours, and nobody else's. So I started to reprogram myself. I started to polish my program. I started to elevate myself more because I knew where I wasn't good, but I knew where I wanted to go. So I was reinforcing my mind, telling it to not have a fear of failure, to that I'm easily available and attainable to achieve massive success. So I use big words and I would really play it over and over and over again to really reinforce, to really make an impact, put that imprint on my mind of what I wanted and where I wanted to go. And it completely changed my life. Having a book in Barnes and Nobles while I'm living in a meth trailer, going back to school, starting my own digital agency, learning how to build sales funnels and I'm now by a legend, Guston's son. Learning about starting digital agency by Sabri Subi, becoming a master hypnotist by Mark Zell Klein. So all of these people, I just kept watching them over and over again and copying what they were doing so I could be like them. And within 2.5 years, I had my own practice, got my own clients. I'm doing these live sessions, I've built a very, very high-end, very, very expensive sales funnel. I'm adding courses to them. And I mean, I'm just like, so much has happened, so much is going on. And I feel so blessed, so privileged. Along the way, I learned a lot of lessons. I spent thousands of hours in school alone. In my first year at my hypnosis school that Dr. Joe Dispenza went to, I did like 1,756 hours, I believe. Now in my second year of hypnosis school, I'm in my associates because I'm going for my doctorate in metaphysics. I'm at about 1,296.5 hours because I just looked recently today. And I would take about 177 of those hours out because they took some hours from last and added them to this year. Now that's just what the school's tracking. That's not what I've done in my practice. That's not what I've done coaching other real estate realtors. I do a lot of peak performance coaching with real estate agents. That's my main baseline. My main core focus is peak performance for real estate agents because they're very motivated and they're independent contractors. I worked with actors, athletes. I've got a young teenager client, an MMA fighter, who's just going to be the middleweight champion of the UFC world. He's only 16. He's already there, but we've got to get him. He's got to turn 18. So I've really done a lot and come a far way. I've really been hyper focused on mindset transformation, getting the exponential growth. And the reason I didn't go to motivational school, that's mean I wasn't going to go become a motivational speaker, because I realized that that was only temporary. Motivation is only temporary. And going to talk to a therapist about my problems, I was actually reinforcing my problems. So the way I was living, because I was homeless, the way I was thinking was negative, and I'm speaking it. When I go see a therapist, I'm reinforcing that way of life. And I don't want to do that. I want to have a small mouth and big ears. So I found that the best way to really like blossom, to really come out of my shell, was through reinforcement of positive suggestions, images, thoughts, and so forth. Instead of speaking negative and venting to a therapist, I'm like, hold on, that's just going to reinforce what I'm already experiencing. I want to desensitize that. The only way was to go into the subconscious mind, which is 90% of your program, which is 90% of your brain, because only 10% is consciousness, to change that. So that's really what I'm trying to get at, is the reason you want to learn self-hypnosis, and you can learn these from my courses on YouTube and my website, kevindutoit.com. I'll put it in the comments below. And I'll also show you why you are who you are, because of your programming, because it's been designed that way. You know, you're a product of your environment. Is that you can change. You can elevate yourself from here to up here. You can really transform. You can. You have the infinite intelligence. You are the guru. You don't need that guy on stage motivating you or telling you how to live your life. You can do it for yourself, to yourself, and then you own that. You own that emotional authority over yourself. You own those responses. You have clarity of thought, all through going within, not going out there and looking out there, or that guru or this guy that's out there in the stars. It's all in here. Now, yes, I do pray to the master of the universe, and I do believe he's here. I am an extension of him. What I'm trying to say is that you, all the infinite intelligence is in the castle of your mind. I'm gonna end it there because I've just had a traumatic experience. I was in a car crash. I got T-boned. So please allow me to end now and forgive me. And I want to leave with this: be a leader, not a follower. Be a lender, not a borrower, and always intend on doing the right thing. Cheers, guys.